Oh snap, what is going on, world? What is going on? Welcome to arguably the best podcast ever created because for me, I tend to focus on the real facts. I got a viewer, whoever that is, what's going on. That's a viewer. I got me a viewer, son. I focus on what's going on. I focus on the real facts, not some of these, these podcasts say, that be biased or whatever. Because for me, I like to hear opinion from everybody, not just one particular set of people who chances are don't agree with me on the real shit. So, but me, I like to, hear opinions from Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, fucking Indian, like no matter where you from, what gender you are, what you identify yourself, I don't give a fuck. I just, like to hear opinions and have real civil conversations on the real shit that's going on in this world. But anyways, welcome to Paul Season. I am your host, and so let's talk about some current events before I get to the topic at hand. I just want to talk about some current events like in music for once. So Black dropped the EP last week, and I like it. So I definitely went and purchased it. I believe it's called 6-Piece Special, if I'm not mistaken. No, 6-Piece Hot, excuse me. So shout out to Black. I'm fucking with the EP. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So I can say right now, that's going to be a rotation for the next couple months, along with, of course, Freddie Gibbs Alfredo, Freddie Gibbs Bandana, and I got, like a couple niggas out of Brooklyn, the drill shit, that's going on. Like, that's really what I listen to these days. Don't listen to a lot of everything else. Or, if I in a certain type of mood, I'll put on whatever. But as far as the main shit, that's pretty much what it is. Let's see, sports is coming back. The NBA should be back by the end of the month. I'm not excited about it. Yeah, listen, at the end of the day, if they want to play basketball or whatever, let them play. Listen, they want to play. Some don't want to play. That's fine too. Like we can't sit here and worry, worry about what their pain is, because at the end of the day, people want to do what they want to do. So, like I said, the NFL is about to come back soon too. School's about to come back in. Like, it seemed like they were just on vacation, and now August, their asses is going back to school. That is crazy. That is insane. So let's see what other stuff is going on in the world. Like I said before, like then we also, have biased podcasters out here. Like I'm not gonna say no names, but they know who they are. And like I said, with me, if somebody has a certain disdain for whatever's going on, I'll write them on my platform, because we need to hear those people. Like everybody does have the right to their freedom of speech. So if people, want to come on and talk about whatever they have, I'm always down to listen. Civil, like civil, like we all civil, of course, in a civil manner. So, excuse me, make sure my phone charged up or whatever, because my phone, like I pretty much been on my phone this whole vacation. Like either I'm in the gym or I'm on this phone. So I'm trying to, get off this phone today. So, also, of course, like with the pandemic going on, like here's some shit I seen today. So today I took a drive to St. Pete, because wanted to clear my head and just wanted to drive by the water. Like I said, I got a few stuff that's going on right now, which I'm happy about. Like I said, I'm trying to start planning this move to Texas, and I definitely want to find a better job once I get out there. So, just a long, drawn out process. And I just, got to do what I got to do. Like I said, I can't sit here and complain and say that I'm a victim because I'm a black man. And listen, I'm not a victim. Like I don't see oppression in my book. You know, like I don't believe it's systemic racism. Like that's just my opinion. In my perspective, for what I've experienced, I never experienced racism. Like never. No white person has called me the N-word. Like nobody like really even said anything condescending to my face like that. So, and I always treat everybody with respect. That's what everybody should be doing in the first place, you know, in the first place, regardless. You know, I'm like, despite of how you feel about me or whatever race, you're still gonna treat me with respect, or else I'm gonna knock your ass out. Anyways, so yeah, so to the people that's really out there giving the real news, like what's really going on, what needs to be put on the forefront, I commend you. And we just got to keep it pushing, you know, like we got to keep it pushing and keep it going and let everybody know, like, hey, like everybody's not a victim. Every black person is not a victim. Every black American is not a victim. And I'm one of them. I'm definitely, you know, not a victim. You know, I mean, like I said, I've treat everybody with respect. Everybody treat me with respect. Everybody has their opinion on one thing, and I'll leave it at that. So that just is what it is, you know. So now we're 6 minutes into this. Now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty. So today's topic, which I came up with last week, is called "Call Them Out." Yeah. So the topic for today is "Call Them Out." Hold on, let me get a drink. So the topic is "Call Them Out." So in regards to the black community in Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, New York City, St. Louis, New Orleans, DC, Los Angeles, you know, like the cities with that's high in, you know, in African American population, you know, the black community. Let me tell y'all something. For those cities I just named, your government officials failed you. They failed you. Now, upon doing some research, since people think I don't read or do any type of research, this is based on what research that I did and I found. So I'm forming my opinion based on what I researched on. So last week, yeah, so let me get to the, you know, like the main reason why I'm talking about this. So last week, right, Donald Trump, our president, sent out a letter to the mayor and the governor of, to the mayor of Chicago and the governor of Illinois. Now, we all know how bad Chicago has about how bad Chicago has been. And we're talking about way before like what it is now, like even back then, right? So I'm going to pull up that Trump said, you know, that the president sent to them. Let me find it. But so I found the letter, right? The first and second page. Now, we all know the amount of criminal activity that has been going on in Chicago. And not one government official is doing their part, right? So before I get to this letter, about to give you, so it was an article that was published June 28th, right? So it was last weekend. So over the weekend, 10 dead and 36 wounded in Chicago weekends. And most of those murders were kids. I believe one of those kids was 1 year old. Yeah, like was only 1 year old. So that person is never gonna have a future. Like never. That baby would never live up to their full potential, all because of senseless gun violence that nobody seems to be fucking caring about. Nobody's talking about it. There's no outrage. So Donald Trump sent them a letter, which I'm going to read to you right now. But I want to go back. I believe it was over the holiday, if I'm not mistaken. More people got murdered in Chicago. 2 of them were teenagers. So, without further ado, I'm going to read this letter right now on my phone right now. I'm going to read it off my phone. So, it states, Dear Governor Pritzker and Mayor Lightfoot, I write to you today to call to your attention and urge action on the devastating violence in Chicago. While I have been heartened to see crime reduction nationally the last few years, I've been horrified by the continued violence in this great American city. Yes, Chicago is a great city. Not that I have any interest of ever going there, but I do consider Chicago a great city. I recently read an article from the Chicago Sun-Times on June 8th, 2020. That's the day before my birthday. 18 murders in 24 hours. What the fuck? 18 murders in one whole day. 18 people got killed. Last year, 10 black people died at the hands of the police. Think about that. 10 black people died last year by the hands of the police. 18 murders in 24 hours. And who knows how many of them were black. I don't even want to pull that number up. Now, inside the most violent day in 60 years in Chicago, which discussed the severe crime and lack of law and order in our nation's third. So Chicago is the third largest city in America, of course, after New York and LA. I don't know who's number 1 and 2, but I'm pretty sure New York and LA is 1 or 2, or vice versa. The article details how 85 people were shot and 24 killed the previous weekend. Like, come on, like, come on. Y'all don't see a problem? Y'all don't see the outrage? Do I need to go on with this letter? Even though I am. Because I want to read out the most important shit in this letter. So that piece right there alone was important. 18 murders in 24 hours, and then 85 people were shot and 24 killed the previous weekend. So boom. So it states here, the article recounts the following horrors. A hardworking father killed. A West Side High School student murdered. A college freshman who hoped to become a correctional officer gunned down. 18 people killed Sunday, May 31st, the single most violent day in Chicago in 6 decades. The weekend of May 29th, 25 people, come on, what the? 25 people were killed and another 85 wounded. This is a fucking war zone. Who would want to go to Chicago? Not me. Fuck that, not me. I'm not going to Chicago. So 25 people were killed, 85 wounded. So, here's one more important piece before I go to the more important piece. So it says here, according to the Chicago Sun-Times, shootings across the city increased by 71% last month. It is the summer. People are ready to go outside. They're tired of being cooped up in the house. And just this past weekend, 102 people were shot a 3-year-old toddler was killed. A 3-year-old, a fucking baby, was just at home playing with their toys, and then a bullet just come blow out their fucking snot box. And I'm supposed to be okay with that. I only been in Chicago one time in my life, and I was like, I would never come back here. I would never come back here. Like, I would bypass Chicago. Like if listen, I'll be satisfied if I never go to Chicago. So that's just the violence this year. So now let's go to page 2 of the article. So here's the important piece I want everybody to, to understand what I'm about to say. The American people, hardworking, tax-paying citizens, send you millions of dollars in federal funding each year to support public safety in Chicago. In 2018 and 2019, the city of Chicago benefited from $136 million in funding from the Urban Area Security Initiative Grant Program. And so hold on, let's do some numbers. So $136 million. And then another $68 million was recently announced for Chicago from this important program. The Department of Justice awarded and is in the process of awarding nearly $20 million to support law enforcement and law enforcement related entities in the city of Chicago and Cook County across 2019 and 2020. Including resources for combating opiate abuse and whatever. Hold on. So let's see right here. So it states here, my administration allocated $898.6 million to the city of Chicago and Cook County from the Coronavirus Relief Fund. Okay. Let's see. So boom. So Chicago alone got $898 million from the Coronavirus Relief Fund. Then it add $136 million. Then another 68, and then another 20. So I want y'all to do that math. So this is from 2018 to the time that this letter was sent out. This is it. It's well over $1 billion. So nobody is going to ask the question, where had this money gone to? Who's receiving these funds? Because if y'all getting all this money, it should be some fucking change. It should be some change. Why has there not been any improvements to your city? This is Chicago. This is the result of the democratic rule that has been going on in these cities. The last time the city of Chicago had a Republican mayor was 1931. So from 1932 to now, that city has been getting ran to the ground. And nobody wants to talk about that. Especially the black community. The black community in Chicago is in fucking shambles. It's in shambles. Where's Black Lives Matter? Where's Black Lives Matter? And then if you don't believe me, look at Detroit. The last time the city of Detroit had a Republican mayor was 1962. So from 1963 on, these Democrats been running that city to the ground. Look at Detroit. That shit look like a dump. Remember when the recession happened and all those houses in Detroit, like that shit looked run the fuck down. Y'all don't remember that, right? I remember that. So, shit, we got Baltimore, New York City. Like all these cities is high in crime. And they've been getting funded by the federal government. They have budgets every year. Every fiscal year, they have a budget. Where is this money going to? Who is this funding going to? And why nobody's talking about this? This is clearly the problem. So I don't want to hear when people are saying they're oppressed and nothing's being solved. Yeah, because y'all not asking the right questions. And people will put their feelings to the side and read this letter. Just read the important shit. You ain't even got to read the whole letter. Just read the important shit that I read. And what you see, like, damn. So all this money has been allocated to the city of Chicago from 2018, 2019, and this year. Where's this money going? Where is it at? Like I said, just better yet, I have another. So what I'm about to read to you right now is the total murders in Chicago from 1986 to last year. So 86, 744 murders. 87, 691. 88, 660. 89, 742. 1990, 851. 91, 928. Like, it just got higher and higher, and like what is going on? Nothing. And then she want to chastise Trump because he's offering you help. Like, yo, we could send in the National Guard and they could, get shit in order. Because clearly what your leadership is not working. It's not working. So you can make all the memes that you want to. That shit is not going to solve what's going on right now in your city, Miss Lightfoot. It's not going to solve nothing. Maybe if we start putting this money in the community instead of in y'all pockets. Oh, if they ever make a law on that, I bet you shit will start getting fixed then. I guarantee. I fucking guarantee that. Same with Detroit. Same with NYC, Baltimore, St. Louis, New Orleans. Like, come on, people. Like, come on. Like, when are we going to have these conversations? When is we going to say, fuck the... Listen. Why is we getting mad at a party that only lasted 5 years? The Confederate Party only lasted 5 years. The NWO and WCW lasted longer than that shit. What the NWO lasted longer than the Confederacy. If I'm not mistaken, the NWO lasted longer. Like, come on. Like, that people is fucking mad about a flag in Mississippi. I'm like, listen, that shit don't fucking offend me. Like, that shit don't offend me. Like, it don't. None of that shit offend me. Because I wasn't raised that way. Like, I was never raised, to be told that you're a victim or you're oppressed. No. If I was oppressed, it would be because of me, because I'm doing something wrong. Like, for instance, my sister, she called me like a few weeks ago and, and asked me to help her fix her credit or whatever. So, like, she's not here complaining, about, being oppressed or whatever. Like, no, like, I'm here to give you the tools. Because me, I like my life. Soon as this shit is over, I'm going to travel. I'm going back to traveling. You already know what's going on. I'm going back to traveling. I'm taking my ass to somebody's island or somebody's country, like whatever. I'm going somewhere. So, but we need to start calling out these mayors and these city officials on their bullshit. especially in Chicago. Like, nobody is going to this lady office and complaining. Like, it's clear that murders is just on the rise again in your community. Black wealth is still down. Black education is still down. So just like Trump said in 2016, what do you guys really have to lose? Because y'all been losing. And if something doesn't happen fast, you're going to continue to lose. Me, I was never taught to be a loser. I was always taught go out swinging. You know, if you're going to lose, go out swinging at least. Y'all not even giving it a shot. Like, y'all don't even want to give it a shot because y'all concerned of what this man is saying more than what he's actually doing. If we get out our fucking feelings, get out your feelings. Please get out your feelings. Put your feelings to the side. Let's put facts to the side. Let's bring the facts to the table. Your city is fucked up. like there's no other way to put it. Your city is fucked up. And these mayors, these city officials is running this shit to the ground and pocketing all this money. Maybe we need to make budget cuts on these motherfuckers' pay. I bet you shit will start popping off then. Oh, yeah. We're worrying about defunding the police. We need to defund these government officials' pay. That's what needs to start happening. I bet you shit will change then. No, I'm not in your area. Hold on. I'm home. I'm in the crib. I'm in the house. Anyways, we need to defund the government pay. These government officials, let's start docking their pay and see what happens. I bet you every law would get passed there for black people. I guarantee. So Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore, New York City, St. Louis, Oakland, like, or any place that's heavily populated with black Americans. We can't blame one person. We can't blame one person. How? It's stupid. How are we going to blame one person that been in politics 3.5 years? Like, I was on Twitter and stuff, you know, just reading people comments about Trump and like a few other people, and they keep saying, "Oh, you caused this country to be in shambles. All these people is dying." I'm like, listen, this man said in January about the fucking about the coronavirus in the State of the Union, the same one where when Crazy Nancy ripped up the paper. You get that one? I forgot you had to stop. Anyways, yeah, like that same thing. Yeah, that same State of the Union, she ripped up the paper. Or when he was trying to close the borders, y'all call this man racist and all this other shit. So now these other countries starting to open back up, and now they banning us. Like y'all not about to bring our asses over here. No. But it's cool for them to do it. But when Trump tried to do it a couple months ago, y'all calling this man every bad name in the book. Everything but a child of God. I just want people to think like this. Just put your feelings to the side. Let's come with facts. I would definitely have a discussion with you. I'll bring you on the podcast. I will bring you on, and we could talk about this and just leave it at that. But we have to be calling out the right people. Call all their asses out. Everybody got it. Maxine Waters been in Congress for a very long fucking time. Like since Tupac was alive. She's been in Congress in California. What has she done for the black community? Tell me what this lady has done. What has she done? John Lewis, what has he done? God rest his soul, Elijah Cummings, what has this man done for Baltimore? For the black community in Baltimore, except run that bitch to the ground. Just ran that shit to the ground. Philly, listen, I wouldn't be caught dead in North Philly. How would I be caught dead in North Philadelphia? Ran that shit to the ground. But we're here blaming one person that's been in politics for 3.5 years. And this is what I meant by the last episode. We got to start having accountability all across the board. But it got to start with us first. Because nobody's guiding us on how to get these grants and these funds so we can have legitimate businesses, so we won't be out here getting fucking profiled as what y'all say getting profiled. Because like I said, I don't get profiled. Not at all. You know, like I listen, I'll be everywhere. And I never get profiled. So I don't see where the racism is coming from, honestly. Anyways, yeah, so we got to start calling them out. Hold these people accountable. Like I said, Maxine Waters, what has she done? Please let me know. You can DM me on Facebook, on Instagram. Like, let me know what has she done. Because you go into some of these black communities now that's getting ran out of the community and getting replaced by immigrants. Look it up. It's public information. Like I said, y'all will look up whether a nigga snitched on you. They looked up some real numbers, and it's real out there. They drive all the black people out of that community. True story. You know. So that's really all I have for you guys today. You know, just want to keep it short and sweet for today. You know, didn't want to go too overboard. But next week, I do have a very good topic. I will do all the research I can do and form my opinion on it. So next week's topic is going to be, has feminism ruined the black woman? This one's going to be a great one. And, in other news, shout out to our great governor, Ron DeSantis, once again. He got an extra $18.5 million for black HBCUs in the state of Florida. You know, hey, listen, this is, if I tell it to black people, they're gonna say he's pandering. So, but if you care, you know, just look at the press conference he had today at Bethune. You know, just look at the press conference, watch it. You know, and like I said, you can form your own opinion. But I'm about to get up out of here because, like I said, I definitely want to start this research on next week's topic. And if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, you could drop a comment in the comment box. My Instagram is king_Cordero. You know, I'm going to put it in the description box when this live is over. And yeah, like just, you know, send me whatever concerns, whatever gripes you have. If you hate me, if you love me, whatever, send it. I don't care. So I will holler at you guys next week. And I believe next week is going to be an eye-opener. So I want everybody to have a good evening. Peace.